Well, we up and live. We up and live. We're live. Up. What's up, family? Give your time because my message is going out. Everything moving kind of slow this morning. I want to say great Kujichagulia to each and every last one of y'all. Let y'all know we working on getting us a calendar together. You know what I'm saying? We got to go on and make sure that people got the information that they need. So we're gonna put a calendar together with the days and we're gonna just start with the days. If y'all want y'all need to let me know if y'all want the Modic principle on there, if y'all want the Hermetic laws on there, if you want the stuff from the Emotional Emancipation Circle. How should we build this calendar so that we can keep it up and remind ourselves on a daily basis about our principles? You know what I'm saying? As they say, Kwanzaa 365, right? So I got some new speakers. I don't know how they gonna work. You know, we're gonna test them out live on the journey this morning. I got one in front of my speaker app. I got one right here in front of us on Facebook. So we're going to see how this is going to work out real quick. Waiting a couple of seconds for the message to get out to let people know that we up and live. So get on up and let's grab our glasses and let's salute the ancestors. I got to look and see if we got some new people to add to the ancestor list, as well as if we got some new people on the journey. But even though, you know, it's us. Let me turn the light on a little bit. The message is out. The word is out, family. It's about to go down. Let's see. Let's check out the speakers real quick. I want to let you know that you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Wow. Ain't quite what I wanted. This is a Heart of a Simple production. Of course, you know this is Daily Toast. Sound kind of scrappy there, you know. But we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Went all the way back to the 70s. We in stereo now. Get your glasses. You know how it go down.
Mr. T.
Drink your water. Come on now. Come on. Let's get it started. Drink your water. Lift your glass and drink your water. Lift your glass and drink your water. Lift your glass and drink your water. Lift your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Hold on. Now take your breath and drink your water. Take your breath and drink your water. Take your breath and drink your water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Move your body, drink some water. raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. That's all right. Now take your breath and drink your water. Lift your glass and drink your water. Move your body, drink your water. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. Let's do it one more time. Take your breath and drink your water. Lift your glass and drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Good morning to Miss Amatu. Welcome. Drink, 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 drink. Let me know how it sounds. Do it sound clear to y'all? Drink, 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 drink. Lift your glass. Lift your glass. Lift your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Now lift your glass and drink some water. Now lift your glass and drink some water. Now lift your glass and drink some water. Now lift your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. I thank everybody for joining us this morning. It's going down. It's going down. So drink your water. Great Kujichagulia to you, family. And we are on the brink of war. Well, United States is on the brink of war right now. You know what I'm saying? Well, with Syria, they're gonna do some type of strike, but you can't just strike somebody and not expect some shit to hit you back. Facebook is going in front of Congress today. Oh, what an exciting day! I just can't wait to see how it turns out. But you know what that means? Period. For us. Period. It's a great Kujichagulia. It's a day of self-determination. It's a day for us to get focused on becoming the better us. Right? By me becoming the better me, I help you become the better you, and we work together to conquer the world once again. All right. So now today is, of course, as I said about 4 times prior to this, is Kujichagulia for those that don't speak the language. That's a day of self-determination. The modic principle today is justice. The color is indigo. The Hermetic law is correspondence. Male name today. If you was born on this day like myself, you are a Kwabena. I want to send shots out to all you fabulous, marvelous, and wonderful Kwabenas out there. And if you are a female, it's Abena, right? And that's Gina G, right? Along with all the other female Abenas out there. I want to send shouts out to you. So today we're talking about the modic principle of justice and the Hermetic law of correspondence as well. So you can, when you are activating those reticular formations, it just don't have to be on the principle, the Kwanzaa principle, the Nguza Saba principle. You might want to look for something else. So what I want to do is give you options, right? I know sometimes giving people options can be kind of confusing, but I want you to be able to find these universal principles, these universal laws out here, because when we're talking about these African principles, these African-centered principles, we're talking about universal law. We're talking about lining back up with the universe as we once were, right? We fell out of tune in some form or fashion, and we ended up in the situation we ended up. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe we didn't fall out of tune. Maybe this was the way it was supposed to happen so that we could be here right now doing what we're doing, right? Because I keep on telling y'all, man, I need to stress this. Today, now, is a time of legends, family. We are living in a time of legends. And what do I mean by that? I mean that we have an opportunity to do something that nobody has done for possibly hundreds, if not thousands of years. We have an opportunity to change the world. Every morning we gather and we lift up our glass to our ancestors. And I need y'all to know that this is not in vain, because right now major things are happening for us. Things that we can see and things that we can't see, right? So, you know, when we start talking about like, for example, in the Player's Pyramid, right, which is one of the books that I created for Gye-Nyame in a sense, but actually before Gye-Nyame, this was a book that when I first ran into the Kujichagulia, I was having problems in school. You know what I'm saying? Because I was very scared of writing. You know what I'm saying? For a long time, I had I guess low self-esteem, right? I made it to college. I had a full scholarship, and I didn't think I belonged. I didn't think I deserved it. I thought it was luck, right? You know what I'm saying? And many of us, we go through life like this. It's luck. I'm lucky. You know what I'm saying? When in fact, it's the work that you have put in that made this thing. Because there's really no thing called luck. There's only preparation, right? But I had to come up with a system for myself so that I could write these papers. Because I'm sitting around all these other kids around me that had these skills. You know, they come in bragging about what they could do. I'm like, damn, we got to write 10, 15, 20 page papers? The fuck? Man, the longest paper I wrote in high school was 3 pages. 3 double-spaced pages. My fault. I take that back. I'm lying about my age if I say they was double-spaced. They were handwritten. That's how long ago that was. They was handwritten papers, right? I really didn't touch a computer, a computer for school until I was in college, right? My mom bought me a computer. I had a Commodore 64, I think. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if y'all want to go back, I had my fault. I didn't even have the Commodore 64. I had a Texas Instrument computer that you used to have to plug into the back of the TV. Y'all remember that? You know what I'm saying? So the point that I'm making is I had to create something so that I can do what I needed to do. So I went to an event and they were talking about the Kujichagulia. I said, wow, maybe this could help me, you know? So I looked at it and I said, well, dang, unity. So wow, Umoja. And I'm trying to remember them. I said Umoja. You know what I'm saying? How could I use this? And I'm thinking Umoja. And Umoja for me was like the last step. I mean, I know that's when you write in a paper, Umoja, the whole paper comes together at the end of the process. The unity of the paper comes together at the end. So I said, well, dang, Umoja won't work. I guess if I was going to write a paper, I got to have faith in myself first in order to be able to put this paper together. So, okay, faith. Okay, money. Okay. And then once I got faith in myself, that allows my creativity to flow. I said, damn. All right, cool, okay. And after my creativity start to flow, I can find a purpose for the paper. Okay. Then I could use my resources, economics. What is it? Cooperative economics. I could use my economics or my resources around me and start pulling them together and making them work. Then I could just pull all parts of myself together and start focusing on writing this paper. Right? Then I could use the self-determination to push me through the final phase into pulling it all together in unity. So you know what I'm saying? The concept worked. I mean, I graduated. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I was writing papers. And so I said, damn, this worked for me. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, this is when everybody was talking about, this is when a lot of the motivational speakers start coming up. You know what I'm saying? They was already out. But this is when it really been, people start saying, dang, I could be a motivational speaker. I said, damn, I got a method here. I got a method. I need to put this down. So it took me another 10 years, maybe even 15, to finally put it down into a book. But I did it. In developing and looking at these principles, I need us to understand that we're looking at universal principles of that actually work, that you can actually use for something other than celebrating 7 days out of 365. These are things that you could pull and make active in your life right now. Lift up your life right now. Change your life right now. You understand? Change your family's life right now. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't just about you just preaching it and talking about it. It's about when people start seeing you move in it. You understand? When you start moving in it, this is when people really start understanding. And then on top of that, you throw the ancestor piece up in there. Whether you getting up with me at 5:15 in the morning or you doing it at your own time. But when the people around you start seeing you do these things, they start wondering, right? And in a sense, it starts letting other people know there's other things out here that we could do to be successful than the shit that they throwing at us, right? Because many of us feel stuck. You know what I'm saying? Because I want y'all to think about this. Now I was riding yesterday. And I was listening to the radio and listen to this shit. So they did a study that shows that doctors prescribe medicine. You know what I'm saying? When doctors take payoffs from drug companies, they are more likely to prescribe that medicine. And I'm looking at this and being like, I mean, are you really surprised about that? In a system where we are taught that money trumps everything? Dang, I didn't mean to use Trump, but y'all know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying? Money trumps everything. In a system like this, is it a surprise that doctors that receive benefits from a drug company will be more likely to prescribe the medicine that company has used to sponsor them with? You know what I'm saying? But these are the studies that they're doing. It's like, yo, I mean, are you serious? Do you really doubt that an individual that, is getting a free trip, you know what I'm saying, getting free lunches, getting free air flights, do you really doubt that this individual would not be influenced to use a drug that is providing him with that? You know what I'm saying? Because this is the culture we're coming up in. So what we're trying to present is a system where individuals understand that there's something higher than the dollar. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get our kids to understand that it's not just all about the money. When we start thinking like that, we get caught up in this web, right? That leads to distraction, right? We got to understand that if you look at how our people looked at wealth and how our people looked at resources, we looked at them differently. We looked at them differently. You know what I'm saying? Wealth was your family. Wealth was the people that you had working with your family. Wealth was the people that you had to able to be able to take care of the land and to protect the land. Wealth was human energy, human power. You know what I'm saying? The other stuff was supplements. Gold was a supplement. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of it being the central thing, it was a supplement. You like, but Tim, how do we activate that in this day and time? And that's not a question for Brother Hatim. That's a question for we. This is why we toast the future, because some of the solutions that we need are coming through our children, right? And in many ways, we already in practicing that, because it ain't like we got money, because a lot of black folks are caught up in illusions thinking that we're doing a lot better than we actually are. But when you really look at the numbers, family, when you really look at the numbers, right? Because it's almost like the few of us that may be doing well, our vision become clouded, and we get upset when people say the majority or all. You know what I'm saying? When you might be a little bit different and you might be doing some different things, but when you look at the majority of our people, we are struggling, we are suffering. You know what I'm saying? All of us are a car repair, a doctor's appointment, a cold winter away from being broke. Totally. Hell, and don't let something go wrong with the plantation gig. You know what I'm saying? All right, so and me included. So the story we're gonna cover tonight for the show, because I should be able to get back on time tonight, it's called The Fox and the Crane. So I'm going to give y'all a taste of it right now so that y'all can go on and get ready for the conversation tonight. The Fox and the Crane. Of course, it's Kujichagulia on Kujichagulia at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do folk tales for grown folks. The Fox and the Crane. A fox invited a crane to supper and provided nothing for his entertainment but some soup made of pulse, which was poured out into a broad, flat stone dish. The soup fell out of the long bill of the crane at every mouthful, and his vexation at not being able to eat afforded the fox much amusement. The crane, in turn, asked the fox to sup with him, and set before her a flagon with a long, narrow mouth, so that he could easily insert his neck and enjoy its content at his leisure. The fox, unable even to taste it, met with a fitting requital after the fashion of his own hospitality. So, we won't go into the discussion right now, but we'll go a little bit into that tonight. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, because I'm quite sure some lessons out there for all of us. So we're going to finish this water up. Sister Amatu said, go ahead and check Projects ProPublica. Doc Dollars. Uh-oh. I'm going to check that out. Miss Amatu sent a link. Man, I got to figure out how to share what she shares over there with everybody. Okay, hold on. Drink your water. All right, we're going to finish this water. Well, actually, we kind of behind. So, let's do... I cannot find the Wakasa sheet. Today, in emotional emancipation circles, African-centered cultural virtue and value systems. In the Wolof today, we got Kursa, which is self-respect and respect for others. Kind ethics, generosity and beneficence. And in Yoruba, Ifarabele, calmness. I think I'm saying that. I hope I'm saying it right. If not, you come to Emotional Emancipation Circle and ask questions and find out how to say it. National Emancipation Circle will be starting. The first day will be May 19th. And what else is popping off on May 19th? Oh, the Malcolm X Festival. So check it out, family. Not only can you come and have fun, not only can you come and network, not only can you come and share your wares, not only can you come and get some love, not only can you come and get some food, not only can you come and listen to some good music, not only can you come with your children and have a fun time and a field day, you also can participate in the first, well, I ain't gonna say the first, but in the opening session of an emotional emancipation circle, right? Our emotions are one of the major things that's holding us back. Because, we have a limited emotional vocabulary. We have a limited way of dealing with emotions because of the situation that we are moving out of. Right? I need y'all to understand that. Right? Because of the situation we're moving out of. Because we weren't allowed to show a lot of emotions. All we can show is fear. Fear and sneak in a little love every now and then. Fear and anger. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we were frozen in sad, mad, and scared cycle for a very, very long time. You know what I'm saying? I know we was able to find joy in some incredible places, but, you know what I'm saying? But, we was trapped in a limited amount of emotions. I mean, we felt, I'm going to explore that a little bit more in my mind, but we kind of frozen for a while. And actually, that's how you destroy people, right? Take away all that, and then you freeze them in sad, mad, and scared, which is all generated by fear, right? All right, so let's go and drink this water. Man, when I started, I knocked these out. Now I'm like, oh my God. They're good, but good grief. Damn. All right. I'm going to share something from ProPublica. I need to figure out how to share that on. I'm going to figure out the system, family. Good morning to Missouri. Shouts out to Missouri. So we're going to finish drinking. It's time for us to get to our ancestors. I'm running low on that ambrosia. Somebody's been sneaking in my stash. I should have did a whole glass. I got to start cutting down because I'm running out. I ain't gonna be brewing until Nia. All right. So those that's taking the Nguza challenge, right? I'm gonna post up a link, right? It's called the 21 day Nguza challenge, and the first part is learning how to remember what day you are in. Today we're in Kujichagulia. When you mess up, you gotta do those 7 push-ups. I owe a lot of push-ups. I'm knock some of them out today, I promise. All right. I love how this stuff matures. All right, here we go. So, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call it Creator, we lift up the glass and we salute that great power, that great central power that we call the Creator. And we say, Ashe. Brother Kwame say, shouts out to Missouri. My wife had high praises for the work you put in on her shoulders. One love, thanks, and it's getting better. So shouts out to Missouri for having healing hands. Go ahead, girl. All right. So we lift up and we say, Ashe. From there, we move on to the stars of the show, those ancestors. And once again, family, look, I got the sheet. I make it available for those who want the sheet. All you got to do is, because I make it in a format where you could cut, copy, and paste. I want you to cut your ancestors out, and if they're not on this list, I want you to add your ancestors to the list. You know what I'm saying? And I want you, when you pour libations, to start with your ancestors. Please. All right? So we're going to go Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robin the Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, George and William Walter, Christopher Pendergasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Payne, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Watch Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Watch Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman Nail, Nomo X, Pet Ram, Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofo, Actor Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose Sterling, and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian, the Luxter brothers, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kell Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Randleman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Louis Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Carolyn D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Ware, Levita Farmer, Agosa Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Shad Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter. Ooh, okay. Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Johns Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Baxter, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Del Rita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W.S. Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Worrells, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie LeBester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amitep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry Lacey, and Eleanor Howe, Frank and Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Peter Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brandon Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carter Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, Delfridas Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Miriam Johnson, Wilbert Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Peanut Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Gina Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenbaugh, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaneko Parsons, Stacy Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irving, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Boots Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robertson, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tom Irby, Boyd Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Haley Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Al Becker, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Halsey Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Sanders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Alvis Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, and Erlington Houston. Woo, family. Family. It's growing, it's growing, it's growing. And like I said, don't matter how many we get, we're going to figure out how to do it. So we lift up our glass to those who laid the foundation for us and for those whose shoulders we stand upon right now. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on to the present moment. We already talked about activating the reticular formation and finding the Kujichagulia or any of the other principles for today that you want to find. But today is specifically Kujichagulia, right? So, and also it's a hermetic principle to go with it. Also, there's a modic principle to go with that. So you got a whole bunch to pick from. You know what I'm saying? You also got some of those things from the emotional emancipation circle that you could look up, right? So we salute this moment because in this moment is our power. In this moment is our time. And now we have to go and sacrifice our time, sacrifice our skills, put them to work so that we can leave a legacy for our children. Legacy for our children, right? We hustle hard so we will not allow our children to inherit dust. You understand what I'm saying? Inherit dust. All right? We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there we move to our future, our children, our children's children, on to infinity. Family, hey, it's a beautiful thing because everything that we doing in now affects these children in the future. So once we start locking that in our mind, we start to understand that the future is not ours. The future is theirs, right? So we're building it for them. Also, we're building it for ourselves because we're generational people and we're going to come back through the same bloodline. And if we don't get our hustle on, if we ain't building right now, when we come back, we're going to come back to chaos and confusion. So if we start putting stuff in line right now, 7 generations, when you come back, maybe, I don't know when you come back, but you know what I'm saying. You want to come back with some order, right? Right? So we lift up our glass to our children, our children's children, on to infinity. We toast them now so that we will be worthy for them to toast when we go on, right? So we toast and we say Ashe. From there we move to all of our relations. Okay, we just going to say all of our relations and we're going to toast and we're going to say Ashe, all right? From there, we're going to move on to you. I toast each and every last one of you. I thank each and every last one of you for joining me. I lift up my glass to each and every last one of you. I pray that your day will be as beautiful and radiant, as powerful as you are. You know what I'm saying? And I toast you because it's with you that we're going to change the world. You say, Ashe. 3 times, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I salute you. And family, I'm out. I got to look up this link that that Sister Amatu left. But family, y'all have a great day. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you like Gye-Nyame Journey on Facebook. If you like this video, share it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some shares out there. You know what I'm saying? And let's build. All right? It's been 4 days. Journey is still brewing. When will it? Now, Miss Amatu got her, she got her SCOBY. So now, have you been sampling it? What you need to do is you need to sample it, and once you start tasting how it tastes, you start tasting the difference between the green tea and the honey, and then you start feeling the difference. You start seeing the difference. But 4 days should be enough. But Sister Tiandra did it as well, and I said to her a mature SCOBY, and you need to sample it. You know what I'm saying? Taste a little bit, see how you like it, and you can let it sit for a little while longer, right? Now, when you remove the SCOBY, make sure you got another jar to put the SCOBY in or something to put the SCOBY in. My fault, you can keep the SCOBY in that jar, and you can pour all, unless you got the spot at the bottom, you can leave the SCOBY in, but I would suggest moving the SCOBY into another bowl or another jar where you can allow it to breathe. You put the cloth over it so it can breathe. But start sampling, because at 4 days, see, because what we brew, the other type takes 5 to 7 days. The ambrosia or the June takes 3 to 5 because of the honey and the raw honey and the yeast and stuff inside of the honey. So it goes a little bit faster. So Amatu, we salute you on your journey. I can't wait for you to get the taste of it, right? All right, so we're going to experiment with it. You know, sample a little bit. You know, because the first brew, you're supposed to kind of be in between it. But 4 days should be a little long enough. But Miss Tiandra had to keep hers in for about 5 days, maybe 6. You know, so she could get to where she wanted it. All right, family, I'm out. I got to iron, got to wash dishes. Then I got to go to my adventure, because you know drama already brewing. Kids, my fault. Children and cell phones do not mix. We might need to have a discussion on how old should we allow our children in our village or in our tribe to be before we put a phone in their hand. Because, family, the foolishness that goes on with these phones, with these young people. Woo! I wouldn't be young for all, as my grandmother said, I wouldn't be young for all the money in the world. All right, so listen, I'm gone, family. Y'all take it easy. All right, Ms. Amatu, I'm going to click on this link real quick and see if I can get it. It won't let me click on the link. Let me write this link down. Oh, let me type it in. All right, Speaker, y'all still there? I'm about to type in a link that Miss Amatu shared. Y'all need to, if y'all are not on, I don't know, because some of y'all on there and nobody else is commenting, because I see other people be on there. Let me see. HTTP. I shouldn't have to type that, should I? Nope. / I type slow, family. I'm sorry. Projects. Oh, it shouldn't be a space. Projects. ProPublica org $. Oh, that's it right there. Okay, let's see what's going on. Dollars for docs. ProPublica. Pharmaceutical device companies are now required by law to release details of their payments to a variety of doctors and U.S. teaching hospitals for promotional talks, research, and consulting. Wait a minute, I might need to look at this ProPublica here. Well, okay, I'm going to share this on the journey. But thank you, Miss Amatu. Let's see if you said anything. All right. So we are out. Go on, sample your brew. Hopefully it'll be ready. If not, you can let it sit just a little bit longer. And then also, you can still take out your SCOBY. And if you got something to seal the top of the bottle, you can, so that the process can continue. But every now and then you got to loosen that bottle because the gas is built up, as you can hear on mine. All right? You have a good day. You have any more questions, just email me or text me. All right? Peace. We are out.